Holy moly, your boy Scribe, right? He disappears thanks to work for just a couple of days and CG just releases all of this new information. I'm going to have a couple of videos out on this because I really don't think you want to have one video with an hour of my bald head talking. So I'm going to break this down into a couple of videos. We're going to have the brand new Kicks kit. We're going to have Maz Kanata. And then we're going to talk about all the amazing upcoming changes that everybody is going to benefit from, okay? Let's start off with a little bit of Kicks action. Here we have the kit reveal for Kicks. This is the next pirate that's coming out on Tuesday. Kicks is a light side character, the first of the light side pirates, at least out of the new light side pirates, alright? So alignment, light side categories, he is light side, healer, clone trooper, pirate scoundrel, and obviously Order 66 raid. Pretty nifty all in all. I like that we've actually got a healer. We very rarely get healer type units. Side note, kit looks absolutely sick. I'm not talking about his in-game kit, I'm talking about his drip. This is a cool look, man. It's got a cool look going for him. Let's read about it. Key attributes. The main healer of the Captain Athano and Maz Kanata teams. Steals healing buffs from enemies and distributes them to allies. Has a revival mechanic for pirate allies and has the new Endure buff. Inspiration. The short story The Crimson Corsair and the Lost Treasure of Count Dooku was where we were introduced to the character of Kix. He's the titular lost treasure, having been trapped in stasis for almost 50 years. Kix was a clone lost in time and without purpose, but Athano was there to take him on as part of his pirate crew. Kix was the clone medic for Skywalker's 501st, so it made sense to keep him as a healer and have him healing and reviving as part of his kit. Pretty cool that they left him with the clone trooper tag. I wasn't expecting that, truth be told. Strategy tips. As a pirate, Kix uses profit for bonuses to fuel his abilities. Assuming there are no buffs to steal, starting off battles with your first special gives Kix 5 stacks of profit to use however he wants, maximizing his healing with strategic profit usage. The more profit he has, the more he can heal. Kix heals a lot with his basic ability, so call him to assist whenever you need healing. There seems to be a recurring theme here. They recommend health and speed sets. Makes sense? When do you unlock him? This coming week on Tuesday. Why does he not have the 501st tag? This is very specifically Kix as he was in the Force Awakens time frame. He wears a blue-collared Phase 1 armor and the tattered green cape. If I were to make a Kix as part of General Skywalker's squad in the future, we would make sure that his look fit with the other 501st clones. So that's interesting. We may at some point get a Kix from the 501st. Why not? Probably replace Arc Trooper, right? Because he's the only clone in that team that isn't like a named clone. What squad does he belong to? He works best under Athano or Maz Kanata as a leader, though we're not getting Maz for about 3 months. Alongside those characters, his crewmate Quiggled and either Enfys Nest or OG Hondo round out the squad. I'm probably going to be using Hondo, more overall use I feel. But there we go. What utility does he have? He's required at Relic 6 for the Galactic Legend Pirate King Hondo Onaka. He's a pirate, which means he'll help his squad do well in the Order 66 raid. Now, I've done some testing, done a little bit of testing, a little bit of juicy testing, and it's still early days yet, but pirates, I've managed to get an undermanned pirate team scoring 1.8 at the Relic 7 tier. Yes, I've got an R9 Athano, R8 on SM33, R8 on Hondo, and R7 on Quiggled. This is quite an interesting team, I think, with Kix, even better. If I had the relic levels on Enfys Nest, I would be throwing her in this team. And I think with a full team, it would actually be pretty reliable. I'll have a video out on this in a couple of days' time, just going over what I've learned. I really do want to try this at the Relic 8 tier to see if we can get that 2.7 mil, but I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit tricky, especially for an underman. So hopefully, with Kix in the mix, whoa, sick. We'll be able to quite reliably score highly. Now, I know this isn't going to really benefit most players. Most players can score more than enough without pirates, but I do make a lot of raid video guides, and I want to make sure that if I've got the teams, I'll show you how to use them. Simple as that. He's also apparently going to help us take down the increasingly difficult tiers of the Pirate Era Battle. Now, the Pirate Era Battle should be dropping in about 2 weeks. They said it's coming in August. Kix is coming on Tuesday, so we should have him potentially at 7 stars. If you do whaling to 6 stars when as marquee, it's probably going to be right after that, I imagine, is when we're going to see this era battle. It sounds like it's going to be a difficult one to actually finish off. And pirates are going to have a modifier for some upcoming galactic challenges. We're going to enter that era, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to enter that era just like when we had Inquisitorius, and every other galactic challenge was win with a full party of Inquisitorius. It's going to be a great time. Great time to invest in pirates, ladies and gentlemen, honestly. All right, let's see. Basic ability, Rapid Fire Blast. Pretty cool. Ba-ping. Like it. Final text, deal special damage twice to the target enemy and grant all pirate allies Tenacity Up for 1 turn. Tenacity Up on a basic for the whole team, that's cool. For each critical hit scored, dispel all debuffs from a random debuffed pirate ally. This is kind of similar to C-Rex's ability for clones and for Phoenix, right? If no pirate allies were debuffed, a random pirate ally with less than 100% health recovers 5% health, and a random pirate ally with less than 100% protection recovers 5% protection. I mean, it's not a heck of a lot, but it's something. During Kix's turns, he gains 1 stack of profit to a maximum of 5 for the rest of battle, and retribution for 2 turns. Oh, that's kind of sick. If he's getting retribution, that means he's going to counterattack, which means more healing for the team and more dispelling of debuffs. I like it. Explosive Response. This one has a cooldown of 3 and he just yeets out a grenade onto the enemy. Looks like he does have an AoE. Final text. Kix dispels all debuffs on himself, deals special damage to all enemies and inflicts heal immunity for 2 turns. Steal, critical hit immunity, heal over time, health up, health steal up, protection over time, and protection up. Wow. If any of these buffs were stolen, grant them all to pirate allies and reset their duration. For each enemy that didn't have any buffs stolen, Kix gains 1 stack of profit, maximum of 5 for the rest of battle. This feels like it's almost tailor-made to take down Queen Amidala. She's the only, like, think about it. Queen Amidala does a lot of heal over times, a lot of protection over times. Pretty sure they get crit hit immunity. Yeah, this feels like it's going to be good against the Queen Amidala team. That's how I'm feeling right now. If the target enemy is Sith, their cooldowns are increased by 1. Otherwise, call target other pirate allies to assist. Ally to assist, dealing 50% more damage. That's pretty cool. So, against the Sith teams, you'll increase their cooldowns. Against other teams, you're going to call a targeted ally to assist, dealing more damage. So, in this instance, I'd probably be calling in Smee, because Smee does some big badonkers damage. But once he disappears, you're most likely looking at someone like Captain Athano to bring some additional pain. Alright, cool. Special 2, Emergency Med Pack. This feels exactly like the one that we see in was it the old Geonosis territory battle and in phase 1 of Rote, right, on the light side planet. It's got a cooldown of 5, Zeta. Final text, revive a random pirate ally with 50% health and protection. If the revived pirate ally is a tank, they taunt for 2 turns, otherwise they stealth for 2 turns. All pirate allies recover 10% health and protection. If no pirate ally was revived, reduce the cooldown of this ability by 2. That's pretty cool. So if you use it and, you know, nobody's dead, you're just going to heal up and have a lower cooldown. Alternatively, if you've got defeated allies that have been permanently defeated, like Annihilate or Execute or something like that, then you're not going to revive them, but you're still going to reduce those the cooldown of this by 2, help you cycle through it a bit quicker. This ability gains additional effects depending on how many stacks of profit Kix has. He loses 1 stack of profit for each effect triggered. At 3+, all pirate allies recover 30% health and protection. Nice. At 10 stacks plus, if there are no allied galactic legends, the weakest pirate ally gains damage immunity for 1 turn. Not bad. So it helps out against non-GL teams a little bit more. Requires 10 stacks of profit, so I think that means you need to have Maz Kanata in your team. It's the only way I think he can increase above 5 stacks. Unique Republic Medic Corps. Zeta and Omicron. Final text, Kix has 20 speed for each pirate ally below 100% health. That's pretty nifty. So if you're starting to lose that battle a little bit, he's going to be gaining 20 speed for each pirate below 100% health. Nice. And he stealths for 1 turn. Whenever he falls below 100% health, limited once per encounter. If Maz Kanata is the leader, all pirate allies gain 20% bonus protection and tenacity up for 1 turn at the start of the encounter. Nifty. If Pirate King Hondo Anaka or Maz is the ally in the leader slot, the cap of profit is removed. Yeah, I thought so. Whenever a pirate ally is inflicted with heal immunity or shock, he dispels all debuffs on himself, gains speed up for 1 turn and 20% turn meter, and he assists himself the next time he uses a special ability. So you're going to get that extra assist. You have the potential then to dispel debuffs on your allies and heal up the team. Pretty nifty unique. At the start of his turn, pirate allies below 100% health gain evasion up for 1 turn, otherwise they gain 20% offense for 1 turn. During Kix's turn, his health and protection recovery abilities gain an additional 4% healing, stacking to a maximum of 20% for each stack of profit. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. So more profit, more healing. I like it. I like it a lot. If there are no allied galactic legends and there is an active ally, if Kix has got 3 or more stacks of profit, the first time each pirate ally would be defeated, the defeated ally is revived with 30% health and protection, and Kix loses 3 stacks of profit. If he had over 5 stacks of profit whenever he revives an ally, the revived ally gains 3 stacks of Endure for 2 turns. Can't be instantly defeated. The first time this character would be reduced to 1% health to spell 1 stack of Endure, and recover 1% health, which can't be prevented. Alright, interesting. So this Endure only triggers, right, if Kix revives a pirate ally when he's got 5 or more stacks of profit. So that's going to be hard to do without Maz in the team, but with Maz probably a lot easier. And then they become immune to instant defeat. It's interesting. It's interesting. It looks like Endure can actually be dispelled. It doesn't say, maybe they'll change this later. I'm not sure if Endure can be dispelled or not, because it doesn't say it can't be dispelled or prevented. So technically speaking, you could just dispel it and then you've gotten rid of it, right? Territory Wars is the Omicron for this one. He gains 20% crit avoidance, defense, and tenacity for the rest of the battle whenever a pirate ally falls below 100% health, limited to once per ally. Whenever Kix revives a pirate ally, they gain a bonus turn and 100% offense for 1 turn. Their cooldowns are reset, and if they're a tank, they taunt for 2 turns, otherwise they stealth for 2 turns. If the pirate ally was unable to be revived by Kix, all active pirate allies gain 20% defense, health, and offense, stacking for the rest of the encounter, and 20% bonus protection for 2 turns. Whenever a pirate ally gains Endure, they gain damage immunity until the start of the next turn, which can't be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Interesting kicks overall, guys. Interesting kit overall. I quite like this one. Definitely feels like the pirate team is coming together. It's a bit of a shame that we're really going to have to wait for Maz Kanata to really make use out of this team. Once she's in, which is, like I said, 3 months away for most people, longer for even more of the player base, then we'll get an idea if this team is any good. I'm hopeful maybe he's going to be good in the raid. Have to see how that falls out. The team does need just a little bit of help at this point to really get the ball rolling. Anyway, I want to know your thoughts, guys, and don't forget, check in my videos. I'm going to be covering off Maz Kanata very shortly, and then I'll be covering off all the massive, huge positive changes coming to the game with light speed tokens and the changes to gearing and relicking and all this good business. It's huge time in game. Huge time. I'll see you all there. Hit the like button, yell at me, call me bald and stupid, and I'll see you all in the very next video. Peace out, and may the Force be with you.